Thank you. I just wanted to, I know you've been talking about the president is, both of these bills are very important to the president. He's pushing on this. I guess I just wonder at this point, what is the leverage that the president has? Say, for instance, and I know there are a lot of contours, a lot of things are changing right now, but if the infrastructure bill does pass today, and then moderates decide they do not want to do the larger spending bill on climate and child care and all of those things, what can the president do to make sure that the larger bill gets passed?
Yeah, but I would say this. The president has been in contact with, moderates and progressive, with, the big tent party that we have. And they've been in and out of here, out of the Oval Office, out of the White House. The White House, my colleagues, the White House, his White House staff has been meeting with them regularly. And so I would say, I'm not going to really get into a hypothetical, but we've been in close contact with all of them. The reason why the president put forth the Build Back Better framework, which was about a week ago, is because what he heard from both sides, and wanted to make sure he put forth something that he believed was going to get passed, that was going to get the 50 votes from the Senate. So we're just moving forward with where we are. He put together the framework. Yes, paid leave is being discussed and being put back in, which is something that is very personal to him. Making sure that people can afford pharmaceutical drugs, right? Be able to not have to pay their whole entire paycheck on getting, pharmacy drugs is important as well, so that we see that's in there. So all of these things are so important to the American public, and so that is the main thing. So, and the other thing too to think about is that Democrats agree. They're all on the same page. They all understand that we have to move forward with the president's economic policies. What we're talking about is different components and what that looks like. And so now the speaker is working very closely with her members and her leadership to get this done. And so we're going to continue having those conversations and making sure that we get this voted on.
Would the president be okay with holding votes on both bills until after the CBO has scored Build Back Better?
Well, I already answered that, right? We put our scores out yesterday. And we've been pretty transparent on that component. The president believes that we have to take action. If anything, that he had said himself that we saw from earlier this week, voters want us, and American public, I should say, want us to take action. And so we have to deliver for the tens of millions of Americans who have been left behind, where the economy hasn't worked for them. And so that's what the president's been very clear about. He wants to get this done as soon as possible. If it's today, he's working for today. If it's today, that's wonderful, but we want to get this done. That is the president's main priority.
Thank you. Quick follow-up on that, actually. You were saying that the president has been speaking to progressives and moderates in recent days.
That's the last couple of weeks we've seen that.
Just hoping you can provide some clarity on, even if we can't name which members he's been speaking to, just what his message is at this point. Is it as simple as vote yes on these today, or is it pointing to the scores that you put out last night? Just a little bit of clarity on.
Well, I mean, I'll just share with you what he said this morning, which I think had a lot of clarity and spoke specifically on what he's thinking. Like the Build Back Better framework lowers your bills for health care, child care, prescription drugs, and preschool, and families get a tax cut. That is the message. That is what we're trying to do. That is what we're trying to deliver for the American public. And also, it fights inflation, right? If we get this done, it will help deal with the inflation that we're seeing with inflation. So the president has been very clear on this. This is about the American public. This is about helping the middle class, helping them get a fair shot, as the president says. Make sure they're not left behind. And so that's the message. And here's the thing: Democrats on the Hill, they understand that. They understand that we have to move forward with an economy that works for all. What we're trying to figure out, what you have seen, is just working through the components. And right now, Speaker Pelosi and her leadership is working to getting a vote on Build Back Better and moving forward with BIF.
If moving forward